This is political poll. It's political party polling. I won't say where it's from, but I've seen it. It's a small sample, about 600, but have a look at this. It's got Labor at a primary in Eden-Monaro of just 31 and the Liberals at 38. National 6, Greens 6, One Nation 3, Shooters 5, undecided 11. I'm told of the undecided, they split about halfway each. So you add that up, 38 Fiona Copvoy's the Liberal, 6 Nationals, 6 for the Nationals, that's 44. She gets 5.5% of the undecided. Well, that's 49.5. I mean, Labor will get the Greens preferences, they'll get the Shooters preferences, but essentially they're up against it. Now, I spoke to some Liberal sources about this morning, and they said that that poll is too much their way, but they admitted the seat is very much in play. This suggestion around Canberra that basically Anthony Albanese's got this one sewn up, not correct at all, that it's in play, that it's very tight. And I think you and I have been discussing, Kieran, there's been the appearance of that with Scott Morrison going out there on his home builder announcement, Josh Frydenberg with the instant asset write-off extension announcement, and then Scott Morrison targeting Jim Chalmers, who is seen as a leadership threat to Anthony Albanese in the House, calling him immature, seeking to frame him. And you really can see that as a situation where he's looking at a potential leadership change in Labor should Anthony Albanese lose this seat. Now, look, if Anthony Albanese were to lose, despite the fact a lot of it would be down to just Scott Morrison's good performance over COVID-19, the leadership rumblings would start. I'm not saying anything would happen. They need 60% of the caucus to sign off on any sort of move, and they've got a vote of the lay members of the party, so it's very difficult. But it is something that could develop in the months ahead. Anthony Albanese needs to win this seat. If he does, well, he's the leader at the next election. I don't think there's much doubt about that. But this poll result is quite startling. And it's kind of reflective, Kieran, of what you see in the news poll, that Labor's primary vote is just so low compared to the coalition's, is in this seat as well, apparently.
The Eden-Monaro, we've seen this demographic change, older Australians retiring on the south coast and around that Merimbula, Narooma area, increasingly Liberal voters. We know that Mike Kelly had a percentage, easily a couple of percentage points of personal vote, Tom Connell, so this is going to be, it looks like, reverting back to that wafer-thin margin, if not a Liberal-leaning seat. So it could be a bit of trouble, a bit of history. The first opposition to lose a seat to a government at a by-election in a century.